Hello, everybody. My name is Viranya. I am originally from Thailand and I have moved to the United States in 2001. I was granted American citizenship in 2007. Naturally, as an Asian American woman, I am always drawn to books written by Asian American authors or books about Asian American experiences. And I have read three books recently that I want to share with you guys today. Drum roll, please. All right, I'm gonna go by the chronological order of the settings in each book here. And the first one is They Call Us Enemy by George Takei. The second one is Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. And the third one is When Dimple Met Rishi by Sonia Menon. Let's talk about our first book here. They Call Us Enemy by Josh Takei and co-written by Justin Asinger and Stephen Scott with art by Harmony Baker. This book is a graphic memoir of George Takei. Many of you know him from his signature role in the Star Trek series as Sulu, but Takei is also a well-known activist for equal rights. When he was four, Takei and his family, along with everyone of Japanese descent in the west coast of America, were sent to internment camps in the Midwest after the attack by the Japanese in Pearl Harbor during World War II for no reason other than that they were American citizens of Japanese descent. They had to leave their normal life and went to live behind barbed wire fences with armed guards. The story tells his viewpoint as a child in the internment camp, which to him it was fun, adventure, and new thing, exciting thing. But meanwhile, his parents have different idea about it. Later on in the book, there are also his reflections on this experience as an adult as well. The authors did a great job in informing the readers about the historical moments leading up to the internment, including the reactions from American citizens and the government decisions on this internment camp. This book was on the New York Times bestseller list and has won many awards, including Asian Pacific American Awards for Young Adult Literature in 2020. This book might not be a fun, light read, but I feel that it is necessary for everyone to be informed about this important part of American history during World War II. This book would be a great addition to a book collection in every classroom. And since it's graphic novel, it will be a good one for those of you who don't like reading long history or biography books. That's it for the first book. They Call Us Enemy by George Takei and co-written by Justin Asinger and Stephen Scott with wonderful art by Harmony Baker. The second book I want to talk about today is also written by an Asian American author, Melinda Lowe. The name of the book is The Last Night at the Telegraph Club. It is a historical fiction setting in San Francisco in the 1950s, following the life of 17-year-old young woman named Lily Hu. Lily lived in Chinatown with her parents and her family, and she has been interested in outer space since she was a young girl and hoping to pursue a job in that field one day, which is quite unusual profession for women at that time. Now, one day she met a classmate named Kath, and since she known Kath, she started to develop a feeling for her, and that make her start to question her identity. Now, but you need to know that in 1954 in America is actually the most dangerous times for Lily and Kath to fall in love because the Red Scare paranoia has everyone on edge. For those of you who don't know, the Red Scare was a fear of communism in the United States during the Cold War between the Soviet Union and the United States, which intensified in the late 1940s and early 1950s. And since China is also a communist country, paranoia also extended to the people of Chinese descent. This book talks about the tension in Chinatown, and there's also a slight chance that Lily's father could be deported, even though he has worked hard to obtain his citizenship. Um, One day, Kath took Lily to a popular lesbian bar called the Telegraph Club, and that was an eye-opening event for Lily. She got to meet a lot of new people who share the same interests as hers, and in this book, Lily's character is very likable, and the way the book was written from her perspective is very interesting. You will enjoy following her as she comes to terms with her own identity, her friendship with Kath, as well as all their exploring at the Telegraph Club, and her newfound friends with same interests were all fun to read. And the San Francisco setting is, of course, is very charming. So this book, in conclusion, is a combination between historical fiction about a woman that is interested in STEM, which is, like I said, very unusual back in that time. And it's also about Chinese American experiences, about the Red Scare, which is a very important history in America as well. And also, it's about coming of age story of her trying to find her own identity. So again, this book is called Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. Last but not least, our third book is called When Dimple Met Rishi by Sonia Menon. Look at the fun cover here. Doesn't it make you want some iced coffee every time you look at it? Well, it does make me want some coffee. So, okay, the main character is her name is Dimple Char. Dimple is an ambitious, career-driven Indian American young woman, and Dimple just graduated from high school, and she's heading towards Stanford in fall. But this summer, she is hoping to go to the Insomnicon in San Francisco, which is a summer program for aspiring web developers. But Dimple's mom has a different plan for her. Her mom has a mission of searching for an IIH for Dimple. What's an IIH, you wonder? So IIH is short for Ideal Indian Husband. Ha. Enter Richie, the son of her parents' friends, who is also Indian American, and he is heading to MIT in fall. His parents are also looking for a perfect Indian wife for him, and they believe it's Dimple. Now, while Richie is aware of the situation and actually liking the plan, Dimple has no clue that their parents are planning an arranged marriage between them. Richie is excited to go to the same summer program to meet his potential future wife, but when she found out, she was very upset. How are both of them going to deal with this? Will they fall in love? You're going to have to read it to find out. This book is written in both Dimple and Richie's point of views, and while you get to learn about Indian culture, how it is to grow up in Indian American families, you will also enjoy a funny laugh out loud parts of the book. It actually, I laughed several times while reading this one. If you like rom-coms, you will like When Dimple Met Rishi by Sonia Menon. So what do you think about these three books I just talked about? Hopefully you will pick them up from your local library or even buy them and read them and hope you like them all. There are so many great young adult books about Asian American experience and books that written by Asian American authors. So if you're interested in exploring this genre, whether because you yourself are an Asian American like me and want to feel related to the story, or if you're not an Asian American but you want to explore more about Asian cultures and experiences, talk to your librarian at your local library, and I'm sure you will get awesome recommendations from them. Again, these three books are When They Call Us Enemy by George Takei, Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe, and When Dimple Met Rishi by Sonia Menon. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. and happy reading, everybody. Bye.